Present Productions presents the mathematics of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. Okay, continue on with the idea of the summary. Like I was saying, you know, when the leader of an organization is dirty and corrupt, or allows dirty and corrupt behavior in his underlings or her underlings, the whole hypocrisy is what is presented. Okay, everybody sees it, everybody knows that it's there, everybody turns their back on it and walks away because obviously you can't do anything about it. It's just the way it is. You can't change government. You can't fight the law. The church will never change. So they put the hashtag on there, "Not my Pope," and think they're really doing something intelligent, or they're doing something really brave and forward and standing out. No. You are literally agreeing to allow the corruption to continue. Okay? That is why United States law, Geneva Convention, and every bit of human logic says that if you turn your back on somebody beating somebody up and being abusive, you are literally acting in support of that abuse. So if you allow the Pope and the Church to, for 1700 years, be a corrupt orgy machine that has sex in the back rooms, that wants virgins because they happen to like the idea of domination and control and taking something special away. I mean, nothing against you women and your virginity. It is the whole theory that somehow a virgin who has never had sex is the greatest lover to have. It's a bunch of BS, okay? It is a fallacy, it is a lie, and it is prefaced and taught, okay? The woman being a virgin and having that little thin piece of skin in there, and it being very, very special to a young woman to have sex for the first time and to have lost that once in a lifetime piece of skin, is quite something to them. To the man, it really isn't anything unless the man is in a relationship and he wants to know that his woman has never had anything, and either he is also a virgin and they are going to discover the wonderful world of sex between themselves and learn what kind of fun and games they can have. Or the man is like a Donald Trump who uses a woman for a few years. When she starts to get fat and ugly, he throws her in the trash, throws her, $10 million payment, prostitution payment, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I mean, what is a woman different than a prostitute if a prostitute's thing is to have sex with, a partner to get money in the hand immediately, and a woman goes to bed with you because she knows that when you no longer want her, you're going to give her a big chunk of money for having been there looking cute on the arm for a while. Not much difference to me. I don't know, maybe you people out there want to think there's something different about it because she walked around and looked and acted pretty, but that's also what they call a call girl. The call girls, high-priced call girls, go and work, dinners and all kinds of things. There was even a movie called Pretty Woman where a very rich single guy hires a call girl who happens to look cute and goes and sends her to buy rodeo clothes and stuff so that she'll look nice and fancy and pretty, but she's nothing more than a prostitute. It develops into a little bit more than that, yeah. That's what Hollywood's all about. The women that I know that are, that worked as prostitutes, they got married, generally got divorced shortly thereafter. They bounced around from one man to another looking for that perfect man. The preacher that wants you to do the same thing. Give him money because tomorrow he's going to be a better lover. He's going to be a better person, is doing the same thing. He's asking you to forgive so that he doesn't have to change himself. The church that teaches you to forgive until you are a dead martyr, the same thing. They do not want you to think because they don't want you to change. They don't want to change their behavior either. The Dalai Lama, who had to run away from his country to save his life. Nothing wrong in that. I've done it myself now. What does he do? He turns around and he tells people to go and sit in the corner and meditate rather than get up and revolt. Gandhi used nonviolence and won the freedom of his country, the independence from the British monarchy. Matriarchy, won India independence, Pakistan independence from the Queen of England. Yes, a matriarch society. It might have a lot of guys running around in it, but it's got a woman that stands up and cheers on everybody behaving like whatever they want to behave like. If you want to think about it, go think about Australia, which was grabbed and nabbed for a penal colony. The Aborigines, who are by far and away some of the ugliest looking people as far as, you know, a fashion model looking person, but they're some of the most beautifulest people around. Why? Because they've been around for 35, 40,000 years and they have yet to have polluted and destroyed the planet. Human beings haven't taken that long with the Christianity, which is only 1700 years, and if you add the Roman rule behind that, you know, you can add like maybe 1,000 years to that. So a little less than 3,000, 1/10 as long, the human race in domination control trip has polluted and killed your entire planet, has destroyed absolutely everything for everybody everywhere. There are going to be a few microorganisms that survive this, maybe, but because of the enormity of the intensity of it all, your planet will be designated as a dead planet for about 100 million years. There's nothing you can do about that short of a miracle. Okay, so here I am teaching you how to make miracles, okay? So that makes me a totally horrible person, doesn't it? I'm teaching you how to live. I'm teaching you how to survive. I'm not teaching you what to think. I'm teaching you how to think. I'm teaching you the reality of what you're thinking, what you're doing, what your devil really is. How you live in the past, how you want to go back to the past, how you want to buy that other stuff, how you want to look the other way at abuse, how you want to start a million different little groups so that each one is extremely ineffective. Divide and conquer until you're down to each person being a lone individual. Right now the United States is going out of its way, creating a whole reign of terror. 9/11 was put together by the United States government. 1999, I read a document that specifically stated that the George Bush Jr. Cheney presidential campaign, when they won the election, would within 2 years create a massive terrorist attack on United States soil with the help of the NSA, the CIA, the FBI, Halliburton, military black ops, and a few other of those discrete little, you know, couple of thousand secret societies within the government, to create a never-ending war in the Middle East so that they could dominate and control the American public, and they would get this war because they killed 1,000 people in a big blast, and they blamed it all on that Middle Eastern country over there, that the people would jump up in arms and we'd go to war. Okay, that was 1999 that I read that. So the election hadn't even happened yet, and they were already projecting that when Bush was in office with Cheney, who was the CEO, board of directors of Halliburton, took over the White House, they would empower the situation and set up the events to happen. And we have 9/11 in 2001. Okay. Bush won the election. The decision was made by by the Supreme Court in the state that was controlled by his brother. Nobody raised a red flag at the collusion there. Nobody raised a red flag at the illegal essence of a state that was the brother to one of the people in contest of the court action, was the governor of that state, was the controlling partner of that state. Nobody cared. Nobody thought anything about it, not even the opposition. That's how well monitored you are in a fraud and deceit system that has been going on since before this country, United States, ever came into existence, but was definitely set and understood in 1888 when Hayes sat there as president and made the comment that, yeah, well, hey, I just won the election, but the corporations now own everything. The United States isn't a democracy in any way, shape, or form. It's not a democratic republic, which is what it actually is by definition, because you are electing people to represent you. Therefore, it is a representative government of an ideal of being democracy. It is not a direct democracy. A direct democracy, every time a law came up in Washington, D.C., each and every single human being who is a citizen of the United States, or any kind of person that had any reflection on what the United States was doing, would have a vote on that law. Okay, that would be a direct democracy. So you see, there's this whole illusion of letting people tell you what to think. So yeah, your absolute A is you're told what to think, so you create the illusion that everything's okay and fine because they're in control. So that's why it's wrong to just look the other way. That's why it's wrong to think that somehow everything's to be wonderful and beautiful if you just say, I love Jesus, I love Muhammad, I love Loki. Actually I do, I love Loki, the god of tricksters. He's having a wonderful time making a mess of everybody's life right now, huh? So, as you can see, I'm not doing any super heavy-duty mathematics. I'm not blowing you away with mathematics, folks. I'm blowing you away with reality. I'm making you face reality. I'm helping you beginning to use this brain that the gods gave you, not human beings. The gods gave you this brain, and I'm helping you learn how to actually use it for thinking and processing and logical thinking. Okay. You're kind of like the Flat Earth Society. The Earth is flat. How could a spinning ball possibly exist in space? How could a flat Earth exist in space? Are you telling me there's nothing beyond your planet? There's nothing else? The sun doesn't really exist? It's a studio prop? Yeah. They don't think about the illogics of what they're saying. A flat Earth? What's it on? Oh, it's on a turtle's back. Yeah, we'll borrow the Japanese, 300 BC mythology that the world's on the back of a turtle. Okay, the ocean just exists, right? Yeah, yeah. There's no logic to what they say. But they like to rant and rave about how they have to be right and everything else has to be wrong. And when you challenge them, they send you to the the PR message about how flat Earth exists because we don't accept that cameras can take pictures. Okay, so yeah, think about what you're doing. Think about how easy I'm teaching you logical behavior here.